Welcome back. This is part 2 of chapter 4, age 10 to almost 11. My dad took me to a place called Sarah Fisher Home for Boys and Girls. It was split into cottages for boys and girls. When I got there, my dad left me with a counselor that would oversee my group cottage. I was upset that I was leaving home again, but I wasn't going to plead with my dad at this point. It was useless to even try. This place was a lot different than St. Francis. It was in a really nice neighborhood of Farmington Hills. I was started back on the meds that I was receiving at my previous placement. The treatment was different. It was more direct with the adults. They seemed to have a background in social work and counseling. There were group meetings where we would sit in a circle and have discussions about how to deal with problems and learn how to deal with the emotions. There were about 10 kids in each group. I was doing good. No violent outbursts, didn't have any fights. When we were outside in the recreation times, the girls' side was also out. This is where I met my first girl friend, Lisa. She was nice, and we were just friends at that point, and she was pretty. We talked a lot outside, or played kickball with the other kids. It was the summer of 1981, and my group and Lisa's group got an opportunity to go on a field trip to the amusement park called Cedar Point. Lisa was almost 12 that summer, and we were friends. We were sitting on one of the benches under an overhead trolley at the amusement park, next to the flower beds, when she leaned over and kissed me on my cheek. I was always afraid to try to kiss her, but she did. We talked like little kids do, and at that point we were like boyfriend and girlfriends. Anytime we were outside for the next month or so, we were together. It was August, and one night a staff member told me to pack up my stuff, that in the morning I was leaving. During this time at Sarah Fisher, I got to go home on weekends, but mostly to my mom's house. My dad started to let my mom pick me up to stop the battle between me and Debbie. My mom would have both me and my sister on most weekends. I went home. My mom had a new husband. His name was Kenny, and he wasn't a bad guy to me. He never treated me the way Debbie did. He let my mom handle any problems with me. It could have been that he was a major pothead and he didn't want to get involved, but I was good with that. We didn't butt heads. That night, after I was told I was leaving, I knew it wasn't a good thing. I had heard my mom and dad talking about it on the phone, about court and what had happened with the principal. I knew that I was going to court for the assault and battery on the principal, but I did not know that I was leaving the placement that I was in. My fight or flight instinct kicked in. Not to mention, I had to talk to Lisa just one more time. It was raining like crazy out that night. I climbed out the window and went to Lisa's window. I got her attention and I told her what was going on, and that I must leave. I was scared. We were both crying. I took off running. It wouldn't be long before the staff would do their hourly rounds. I ran down a ravine to a wooded area in front of the property and into the woods. 20 feet into the woods, I couldn't move. I was thigh deep in sticky mud. The black, sticky, yucky mud. I got one leg out and I lost my shoe. Then I lost my second shoe. I was stuck. About 2 hours passed and I heard voices looking for me. It was still raining. I didn't want to yell out for help, but it was freezing cold. From the rain and the exhaustion from fighting with the mud, I yelled for help, not knowing where I was going in the morning, but I knew I couldn't make it out of the mud myself. A staff member got me out of the mud and walked me back up to the housing unit. He got me showered and sat in my room all night. The next day would be my introduction to the Michigan juvenile justice system, the courts, the placements, the messed up programming or treatment plans, the juvenile detention center, and what it meant to be a ward of the state. Now that brings us to the conclusion of chapter 4. I will be posting a video with pictures of these different institutions or placements that I was put into, so that you guys get a better understanding of some of the stuff that I talk about, some of the stuff that I am going to be talking about. So I will list it as 23 years of freedom photographs or placement photographs. I thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.